Everything seen here tonight is a matter of education and or entertainment purposes only. Fair use, fair use. Man, look, man. This is a live stream of freestyle, man. I'ma just do some work, man. It's a how-to. But I will be responsive to the chat and panelists. Yes, 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 I will. So it's a couple things I gotta do today. I don't have to do nothing, to be honest. But let's go through some of these findings that I got on here. Y'all know who this is? Y'all want to see a folder of everybody wearing white? Hold on one second. We could do that. We could go through that. I mean, we could maybe make a show out of each one of these pictures. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead until I get inspired to do else. Let's go ahead and see what that might be like. What y'all know about it? Y'all about to see some wild shit. I wish y'all know what to say before I say it. But I never know where I'm going to go. Ah, shit. If you saw this standing, I don't know, man. I can't even hypothetical this shit, man. These people be letting their kids know all the secrets to summoning demons. And they be practicing the shit that they done heard or saw their parents do. Pretty sure that's how it is. Think about it. Secret societies, raising their kids, grooming them since day one. And you know what I'm saying? They know how to search some shit up or summon something. I'm pretty sure I saw a video of that before. And the guy, he was instantly regretful. As soon as he summoned the thing, he tried to apologize. It was like a demon. Look at that. That's a real picture, man. Like, Who you know gonna fake? Who you know gonna fake something like this? Right? So real beings. And so this is why Eastern stars were all white. You know what I'm saying? You got one man there, one odd fellow. And so this symbolically saying that he fought all of them. That one Freemason can go through all of those, all the women's on the Eastern Stars that man they married to their own husband and shit, but they also got the little hoe pride. Y'all know what hoe pride is? Hoe pride is when a hoe got pride. You know what I'm saying? And so they made the men and women like that, where they both hoes. They both cheat on their wife and husband, their spouse. And it's normal. It's normalized. It's normalized. You know what I'm saying? Everybody all mixed up. These are just the darkest so far up to date, like the darkest to date. Like she got the most melanin on her. But it's like you see, listen, if you look up the Eastern stars from the early 1900s, they is so pale that it already took generations for them to even exist to be that pale and be groomed like that. But wearing all white is around the world, right? If you don't want to be burned up by the sun, wearing white is probably the coolest color that you could wear, right? So, with that being said, let's look at some whiteness. So, you know what? I don't know what this is going to be. But remember yesterday, I think I took that scrying build down. So let's do the scrying build now. Right. That scrying shit is what this next picture just led us to. See, I was going down the list, just showing. But then when it hit here, it's like, bing, this was a topic yesterday about what the power of the scrying, the looking glass. And so let's do that, man. Let's just change. Let's just change the subject to the scrying mirror subject, just in case some people didn't catch that, because I think I blocked that video, matter of fact. And so let's just build that. Let's build that. And so if y'all didn't see it, I'll rehash it. The story about time travelers came from this dude named Dan Burrish, right? And so Dan Burrish basically was someone who was like Bob Lazar, saying that he worked for the government. You know what I'm saying? They ain't fucking them. They ain't fucking him up. They allowed him to go out there and talk. You know, and so he just got there running his mouth and shit, talking about this. He's the one that introduced the concept of the looking glass, or if you ever seen the show The Dark Mirror, dark mirror, dark waters, like anything that got to do with that comes from this story of uh, being able to see, being able to see shit that normal people can't see without this method. Whatever, you know. And so the John D had one, matter of fact. You know what I mean? People know who John D is. So methods. What else we could let's see, that's water, let's go ahead and delete that. Water scrying. All right, water scrying. So there's a whole bunch of elements. So we might have to go through them all, but I don't know what the fuck. Yeah. But let's see. So Dan Burris, right? He said he worked with the government and he saw this technology that they had where they could see possible futures by looking into this technology device. God bless and protect us. You know what I mean? I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus. And I am thankful to God for all my blessings. Thank you, Heavenly Father. God bless and protect us. I shield up so that all the opposition can bounce off the gates of God. You know what I mean? Heavenly Father, God bless us. So I mean, I don't need to scry like this. Like, I don't scry like these are like this is what you call witchcraft. You know what I mean? But it's also part of nature, Wicca, uh, craft, and you know what I mean. It's like it's that. It's like nature versus technology. And so God is technology. Can't nobody deny that. So water scrying is one thing, and then you got flames. Let's use that. You got earth, flames, wind, you know. So that's what we doing. Bring to the front. Bring to the front. Shield up. Yeah. Scrying, man. Looking in the water. Matter of fact, no negativity. Sent to the back. All right. And morph insert pictures. And we'll just rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus. So what should we do with this? Just dealing with reflections, people staring in the day and fire. That's kind of phony though. Right. So we're going to just have this lead us into the subject. All right. We'll just have that lead us to the subject, man. So you got scrying, like the concept of looking in there and seeing and saying what you're seeing, saying what you see, right? Scrying. And so the person, hold on, the person that's reading, that's saying they reading the stuff, right? They just really freestyling and making, you know what I mean? Like they are whatever come to them, right? And so they in tune with the fact that they gonna say something. Now is they bluffing? The high potential that yes, they bluffing for their life, right? They bluffing to succeed. But they do be practicing this shit and this darkness. So I mean this craft, and then so they be, they reading the water because people say that they read the water. Like, you know what I mean? Like technically a person that does this do it more than people that don't do it. So if somebody is like, all right, go over there and say and see if what they read in the water, if that's what type of time they on, then of course they're gonna look into a pool of water and say something to you. They're gonna mention something about it. They're gonna say that whatever they say is the answer that is supposed to be from the water expert. And it's the same with the earth, wind, fire. You know what I'm saying? But this concept of water being a portal, that shit didn't even work. It must be saying that also the puddles of water and the mirror work the same way, right? And so the mirror is like become a water source or something, but maybe not. Maybe not. It's a reflective surface. It's a reflective surface. So they be looking into scrying is looking into a reflective surface, trying to read something, right? And so you won't see yourself in the flame, but people do stare at that shit though. So they do stare at the shit though, right? They look into the flames, like they do that. So that means that shit. They I don't know. They looking into the flames, they looking into the light, right? Because that's the only reason why we see anything on a mirror, anyways. So it's like fire probably more source oriented. So now we're going to get into paranormal activities. You know what I'm saying? So the concept of the water being a portal is something that's seen in a lot of symbols, symbology, but also in movies and art and stories, right? And so in this show Excalibur, it's a movie made in the early '80s. It is a cult classic for how would you say, it was a cult classic, you know, for people that like the fantasy sword and fantasy films, right? So yeah, anyways, man, the Lady of the Lake appeared in this movie, and this movie was dealing with the spirituality as well as the knighthood as a culture. And so it really kind of like said that, to me, this was white history, right? When I was watching it for the first time, this is where white people came from. That's the indigenous, aboriginal status levels, regions, and all of that. Like all that was just clear that this is some white people shit over there in England. At my young age when I was seeing this movie, I figured this was the equivalent of seeing a movie in which people be like in the Western days, right? Like, or in the Egyptian days, you would have it this period, like these brackets of time, like these movies represent a historical method. And so here it is, this day spirituality where they believing in this water demon. And so during this, so check this out though, right? So check out, I'm gonna tell y'all and you tell me what you think. So in the movie, right, King Arthur, right, this is where he feeling himself. Let me see how fast I can tell the story, right? So it started off, right, that there was this one dude, he was a knight, and he was beefing with another dude, he was a knight. But see, they was more than knights, they owned castles, right? And so to be able to sit and drink and be merry with the actual owner of the castle is really what it's saying. Like, this is elite family shit, right? Like, he owned the castle and shit, and they all in there. I think they had a war against somebody and they fought together. They was like allies, right? This guy's father and this other castleman, right? They were allies, and then one night they was out drinking. They was in the you know what I mean, drinking and watching the women. And so dude made his wife dance, right, in front of everybody, right? The dude that owned the castle made his wife dance in front of everybody, and then this dude father was looking and shit, and he was like, "Man, I gotta have this bitch." You know what I'm saying? Like, he showed that he wanted to you know what I mean? Like, he got like mesmerized by Shorty doing a swirl on him. She kept spinning in circles. And so bam, so check it. They went to war and shit, man. Right? They started beefing after that. Bam, straight warfare. Now they going after each other castle. Right? So Yo said, yo, man, they're going out to war, right? And so check it. So he know Merlin, right? Like, this is not him, but his dad, Uther, right? This is King, this is Arthur, right? But his father knew Merlin first, and Merlin was like his sidekick and shit. And so he asked Merlin to make him able to go have sex with this woman, right? This dude's wife. It was dancing, right? Like, he desired her, right? So Merlin cast a spell so that he appeared to look just like he appeared to look just like her husband, the dude that he was beefing with, right? And so the husband ran off to go fight a battle against his army, thinking that he was going to war against him, but he was sneaking on the side, and Merlin like made him look like him. So it looked like the dude left his castle to go off to war and then came back real quick, like he forgot something. And so that was his father the whole time, Uther, right? And so Uther go up there and he have sex with this lady and impregnates her, and that's how Arthur is born, right? And so for it, right, Uther had promised Arthur, he said that he wants whatever child come from it, right? That was his wager. Uther was out there and was like, yo, I want to lay with this woman, right? And so Merlin was like, if I do this, I want whatever child comes from this. shall be mine, right? And Uther was like, yeah, all right, bet, just make it happen. So Uther wasn't thinking about the baby that came after that. So check it. So when she gave birth to his baby, right? Merlin came and took the baby. Merlin came and took the baby and raised the baby up, and that's Arthur. And he was the one to go out there. You know what I'm saying? So bomb. So let me tell you this, right? So they found out. I don't know what happened, but the dude, the councilman, the real joint, he got killed. You know what I'm saying? And so they brought his body back, and the lady was like, his wife was like, how could that be? He was just here, right? And so that shit made her daughter a witch. You know what I'm saying? That made her daughter a witch because he already had a daughter with this woman, right? And so when Uther came in pretending to be her father, she knew it wasn't him, right? She knew that wasn't her father. It was Uther in Merlin's disguise spell, right? And so, bomb. So they ended up killing Uther, right? He ended up getting run down on. But so before he got killed, like he was running through the forest, and he did some type of prayer or some shit, and he stuck the sword Excalibur into the stone. You know what I'm saying? And so nobody could get that shit out. And it was a cultural tradition to like every year or every few years, it'll be somebody, they'll have a convention, like a fair, where they would all get together and joust and compete and do all that shit. And then they will all have a go at the sword to see if they could lift it from the stone and shit. And so Arthur, he was a meatball for real, man. He was like a servant and shit. Everybody was his lord and sire and shit. He was like a bag boy and shit, right? Like a little slave, a little gimp. And everybody had a higher rank than him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like the lowest of the low, right? So bomb, because he don't know who he is, right? And so it's like, you know what I mean? Merlin just put him out there like he was a, you know what I mean, a little incubator baby. And so shit, he chasing some animals or some shit. He chasing something or somebody that like you know what I mean, like a little sword thief. Right? That's right. He was chasing a sword thief. A little kid was running. And so he ran through where the sword was at, and he just picked that shit out. The shit came out. Like he just, you know what I mean? So he became king, and that's how he became King Arthur. And then, so he was running shit, right? At first, you know what I mean? Like, look, he was running shit. He was king. He was winning everywhere he went. All his enemies was getting slain, right? He was doing it all. Right, he was winning all them battles on his own strength because he King Arthur. And then so he came across this one knight named Lancelot who would move out the way from this bridge, right? And so he was like, Lancelot was like, whoever want to cross this bridge got to fight me first. And so, you know, everybody, all the knights that went up to try to fight Lancelot lost. And so King Arthur was getting frustrated because he had to use that bridge so that he could go somewhere, right? And so he out here trying to tell him, you know what I mean? Like, yo, get the fuck out of the way, man. I got something I got to do and shit. It was like, yo, if you don't have, so Lancelot was like, if you don't got nobody that's worth me, the work can beat me, then, like, man. So he got frustrated because people kept on coming back fucked up, right? So Arthur said, man, I got to do this shit myself. They were like, no, you know, King's supposed to engage in direct battle. They were like, look, man, I got to get over it. You know what I mean? We got to use that shit. Ain't nobody going to be, you know, what's wrong with y'all, man? Yo, King Arthur was pissed. So he went out there and he go against this man, Lancelot. And so both of them is good, but Lancelot best him and broke Excalibur, right? And so he fucking what happened? He broke Excalibur, right? And I guess he threw it into the water. He threw it into the water because Lancelot spared his life or some shit. I forgot how that shit happened. They was fighting, right? Okay. They was fighting, right? And Lancelot was whooping his ass. Lancelot was beating his ass like for fun. You know what I'm saying? Like he made it look easy and shit. Like it was nothing King Arthur could do to beat this guy, right? And so this is that whole shit where they joust first, then they use weapons and shield, then they, you know what I mean, they break off into freestyle combat, like they go in stages and shit. And so Yo kept losing, and so bomb. And so while he getting beat by Lancelot, he prayed to Merlin or to the sword, I forgot which one, but he prayed that to have the power to defeat this Lancelot, right? And so while he like you know the sword in the water and shit, and he like hanging off, he about to get murked, right? Or you know what I mean? And he prayed, the sword turned green, and then he come through with the strike that pierced the armor of Lancelot, and then it just shook him. It knocked the whole antagonist win out of Lancelot, right? But it broke Excalibur, right? Because Lancelot blocked it, but it broke Excalibur, and it still, like the broke piece still had broke through Lancelot's armor. You know what I'm saying? It struck him down, got him bleeding and shit. And so Lancelot submitted. After that, he said he ain't never been defeated. And so now he said that he commit himself under King Arthur's rule, right? He was a knight with no king, right? And so then he started to serve King Arthur and be his sidekick, Lancelot, who ended up fucking his wife. End up having an affair with his wife, son. His wife was fawning on him, dog. I mean, his wife was on. It was like a mutual. Let's cheat on this motherfucker while he's sleeping type shit, right? And yeah, shit. Yeah. Motherfucking a little lust, man. Lust was a bitch because when they had sex and shit, right? The sword, like Lancelot and his wife, right? Like that was his best friend too, right? He became his best friend. They became good friends and shit. You see how he got a suit that's all black? This is where the sword broke, right? And then he was like, I don't need this sword, right? And he threw that shit into the lake. And then the lady of the lake had brought the sword back up, but it was put back together. So when it was broken, he tossed it in the lake, and then the lady of the lake brought the sword back up above the water hole again, right? And so he went and got it. And so this is after the battle and everything. So that means so then he knight Lancelot, and they become friends, and they start wearing shiny silver. You see, he got the black armor on. After this scene, after this situation, he start wearing the shiny armor because that's the armor Lancelot had. Lancelot had polished mirror armor, and they had like rustic, you know what I mean, rough, all black, you know what I mean, goon squad shit. Where Lancelot looked like he, you know, civilized or whatever, but he was a, you know what I mean? He was an infidel. He betrayed him. He fucked his wife, and she fucked him. You know what I mean? They fucked each other, and they woke up where they had their affair with, and the sword Excalibur was standing in the ground in between them. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, they woke up. They had their affair by a tree outside somewhere, right? And they fell asleep together. And then they woke up in the morning. It was Sword Excalibur standing there in between them, stuck in the ground. Lancelot was shook. You hear me? Lancelot was shook, man. He left. He ran. He became a crazy person and shit, a wild man and shit, talking about Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And King Arthur, what happened to King Arthur? King Arthur sustained some type of wound in battle, and he ain't never get right. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never get right for real. And so he banished. Shorty became Miriam or whatever her name was. She became like a priestess and like a monk. Like she went to a convent and sealed herself up where she would just be around lesbians all day. Try to get that dick energy filtered out her brain, right? Hey yo, he trying to get her to not think about that motherfucker no more. Like, how you gonna get somebody to not think about that no more? Like, don't never think about that dude you cheated on me with again, all right? And that'll make me happy. She done went to the convent, huh, Arthur? You know what I mean? 40 years later, the bitch still impure. She's still getting his name mixed up with his. Damn. For real though. But yeah, so they break up, and he don't see it. Like the rest of the movie is his half sister, who was the daughter of the guy his father got killed by pretending to be him so he could have sex with her mother to make Arthur, right? She seduces Merlin and traps him in a crystal, frozen and shit, and she takes his powers. And so then she uses her powers to pretend that she's his wife, you know, the lady that you know, he was married to and shit. She pretended to be her, just like how his father pretended to be her dad when he went and dealt with her mother, right? So she pretended to be his wife and had sex with him and had a baby and went and took that baby off and raised him, right, to be a hater of Arthur. Oh my Lord. His name was Mordred. That motherfucker was a mean boy, son. Like his half sister raised the baby she stole from him while getting him drunk. She did some magic to him, right? And she got pregnant off of it and then raised a little soldier. Years later, he came back and he wanted the kingdom. But Arthur was like weak and shit, right? Arthur was weak, like all prematurely gray and all this other shit. And Mordred didn't want his love and wisdom or none of that relationship shit. Mordred came for the smizzo. She raised him to be a little enemy, dog. Y'all should listen. Listen. They had an army. They had to go to war, right? But he was weak because he got struck by lightning. Right. Arthur got struck by lightning. And that he ain't never get right after that. He was in the church. They had the little they had a little church in that bitch, and then the lightning struck right through the glass and struck Arthur in his he had his suit on and shit. That shit electrocuted the shit out of him. So then now he became a lame and shit for real. Right. And then Mordred pulled up and he like, you know what I'm saying? He called him father and shit, but he hate Arthur, right? Because everything that he was told, like they showed this man was seduced by his evil mother, like she made him into like a soldier, a killer, you know what I mean? For against King Arthur and shit, I rebuked it up. Yeah, and so he pulled up with his army. He had the all gold suit. Where what's his name? Lancelot had the all silver chrome suit. So that shit was all silver. And then Mordred, his child with his half sister, had the all gold suit, right? And so going to war, they had sent these people. They had sent these people he had sent knights out for the cup of Christ so that he could drink from it and be well again to lead the kingdom. All right. And so that's where you get the stories of the knights getting sent out, traveling the land. They were travelers, searchers, and explorers, right? And they was looking for the cup of Christ. And so Percival was the name of one of his knights of the round table. And he is the one that had achieved the cup of Christ and brought it back to King Arthur, and he drank from it and became well again. And that shit took like 15 years. They showed Percival and what he was going through, right? And so when King Arthur, like 15 years later, when he came back and all that happened, King Arthur got well and then started to then the whole shit went on with Mordred and they started going to war. And that's when King Arthur, he got killing Mordred. Like they killed each other. You know what I'm saying? And so he got Excalibur because his wife or his ex-wife that was banished in a convent, she kept the sword Excalibur in the convent, right? She kept it there. So when he came looking for, hoping she still had that sword, she did. She gave it to him. And then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, that's Excalibur, man. Damn. Yeah, let's talk about something different. So the concept of scrying, right, is what I'm linking that movie to with the Lady of the Lake and the witches, like his half sister was a witch and Merlin was a sorcerer. And so the things that they do to like see the future right? Or to, get things done. Now, check this out. This is a movie, AI, right? With Haley Joel Holzman, right? Haley Joel Osman, and he plays a robot boy, right? And the entity on the left of him is a futuristic emblem of the future humans. Like that's how far. Listen, man, I'm sorry. Let me just pause and just let's start from the point where this is the movie called Artificial Intelligence. That's the actor Haley Joel Osman, and his character plays a robot boy that was created to replace the actual boy of a family in which the boy got killed by accident or something to that effect. And so they had a recreation made, right? And it was all robot, straight robot. And throughout the movie, you'll go on somewhat of an adventure to try to find that which would make him a real boy, right? The blue fairy, right? And so he ended up meeting the blue fairy, but it was at the bottom of the water, and he ended up being frozen there for like thousands of years, right? And so thousands of years later, right? If not longer than that, I don't know how long it was, but presumably a million years later, right? These these beings you see on the left, they digging around and they found him, right? They found him in some ice, and they he was like a he had memories that told them about humans of our time and shit, right? So he was like a to them, he was like a storage of detailed, highly prized, detailed information. And so they basically, he wanted to be a real boy, and they wanted all his data and information about, the world, Earth, humans, and shit. And so they basically created a dream for him. And then that was the end of the movie and shit. You know what I mean? Like, but that is like the future of AI, right? Where it's like, look, it's beyond, oh, that's a robot, right? Because how they was talking to him was like, look, man, we could do this, we could do that. Like when you know what I mean about they was talking to him like a kid. And so they ain't really have that experience. Like it was futuristic, right? It was futuristic. They was like the emergence of robot and machine and human flesh. But they was like in these very strong plastic bodies. So they was like in avatars, but they were distant from their past, their people's past. And that's why they was looking around and shit. Check it out though, man. That's an interesting movie. Like this right here was like that shit was over a lot of people's head at the time. Because how would these things be the only real thing left of humans? It wasn't no humans no more, is my point. There weren't no more humans, right? And so this is what the AI look like left onto its own volition after all the humans out the way. That's wild, man. So let's go ahead and let's bring up a crystal ball because people definitely be using crystal balls, you know what I'm saying, to like look and say they using it. Damn, I must put that shit somewhere, man. Crystal ball. No shit about it. It is. Let's get an image of how they was trying to use this shit. They trying to like look into it, just like how they trying to look into the water and the fire. We know crystal ball for real. Crystal ball. Like who ain't want a crystal ball when they was kids, man? Like crystal ball, like to have you know what it meant to have a crystal ball. And so looking in the mirror, looking in the water, looking into crystals, just looking into fires, just looking, period. You trolling something, but look, not you, not nah. Like trolling is not ever acceptable. Like for real, like we're not trying to say that. I'm saying these people is looking at something, but maybe I should take this part off with the fire because it's just a fire. All right, let's take this and put it over there. Water, fire. Yep. People look up and it's the wind, right? People look up and it's the wind and stuff. So air, air is looking up, water looking down, perhaps. Fire looking left, water looking right, earth down, earth up, earth sideways. Like it's all, you could put fire, wind, earth, air in all the same places. So I'm just saying, if everybody knows it, then it's like that's what they using it against people for not knowing it. Like, oh, you don't know, you ain't doing no spells. Like that's what the elite ones be like, you do some spells. They got time to do spells and shit. Trying to do a spell and shit like that. So let's go back to these pictures then. Let's go back to these pictures, man. Let's go back to the I took okay. Dang. No, I kind of forgot what I was doing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Never mind. Never mind. Yeah, I remember. I remember. So we was at this picture talking about these people wearing all white. You see this? Let me see on the phone. So that is a spooky picture. It's a spooky picture, and it's from the earlier first half of the century of 1900. You know what I mean? It's taken from the picture, taken from the clothing. It appears to be, you know what I mean, from back in the day. Right? With the scary, well, scary. Now I don't really listen or read the captions because there might be a story to this about who this person is, etc. But I ignore all that. We ignore all that and just look at what it got to show us, because then that's all the words we need. A picture worth 1,000 words. So when you zoom in on this deals with a reflection. And if we look at these two concepts over here, they're not found over here. It's an obelisk on that side. Oh, that's an obelisk on that side too. Hmm. So the obelisk is the only thing consistent in this water Portland. But you see, you got two images over here. Two images over here, man. So now let's turn them upside down. What we got there, man? What we got there, man? We got an Asian Oriental type. I'll say Oriental type, and you got a dark skinned type side by side with elaborate hair pieces or things attached to their head. But you see the pale white face, and then you see the dark black face. And you can see they both got the same clothes on, same type of clothes on. They both got their head slightly tilted down, looking down, seemingly looking downward, perhaps. They got a totally different background than so anyways, right? I think this woman is European descent. I think that this is Shemham and Japheth. That's Shemham and Japheth. So that's highly interesting. Look, you know, that was a long time ago when they showing her as a black woman, showing her as a melanated, green, black, coming out the tree. Creation. All white. What do we got here? Well. What do we got here? What do we got here? So it's possible that I don't see a breast. So these could be zest. Oh, that's a breast right there. It could be, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on here, man. But I don't know. I say that that's a Oriental woman doing a black woman's hair, and they do that to this day. They do the same shit. Well, maybe not the hair, but the nails, toenails, and shit like that. Oh Lord, get away! It's the NOI right here. You know what I mean? They had cat women. That's one thing about NOI. They women was like, I don't know. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't never hear nothing wild like Muslim woman. You never know wild like that. But they got all of them got white on. Look, somebody must have got the word out. So it's pointless to even try to wear that shit now. Everybody else wearing it already. Look, you know all these people. Are all these people was all these people really? You know what I mean? There might be a lot of good people out there, you know. But wait, they all men's out there, man. The women ain't nowhere around in this situation. That's not good. That's not good. I don't know, man. You can't have women out there because somebody trying to fuck. Is that what's going on? Like, bro, which way is you praying to, brother? Look like he practicing. He a Puerto Rican. What he doing over there? Big head like that. That's definitely a Puerto Rican skull, man. Come on, man. Puerto Rican shoulders. I'm just saying, they tired? Is they on their way somewhere? Like what's going on? They waiting for the cat. They all wearing white. Don't get lost. Don't go there with nobody, you know, right? Just it's really meant for solo missions, man, because if you walking with somebody, y'all definitely gonna get separated. Everybody wearing white, might as well just give it up. Oh, this the mountain that the Prophet Muhammad did something such and such and such, man. Something like that. Like he praying at the same place that other people went out there wasting their praying for. You know what I mean? That shit kept their people in order. They didn't waste their time. Damn, look at all the people in the background. God damn. God, I'm just saying though, that's a lot of people, y'all. That's a lot of people, man. Oh, shit. What is they doing? What is they doing? They're playing respect. What is they doing? So should I say that? Well, because they haven't destroyed themselves yet, that this shit did work. It did something good for them. That's what I should say, man. Because I don't want to hate. And maybe ain't nobody get shot in this picture, man. Ain't nobody ain't get shot. Ain't nobody, you know what I mean, shoot nobody. It's just a bunch of peaceful males with no violence. There might be some females down there, and I can't tell. I think they got masks on. So that's good. That's a good sign. I'm just saying though, man. Like this is what people that don't read do. This is what the first thing that came to my mind. I ain't saying I'm right. I'm just saying the first thing that came to my mind is that these people definitely don't have something else better to do. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people be like, they be flying out there just to do that shit. Man. Damn. They over there with them people, they'll get you arrested just for they want to see what it look like with giving people time and shit look like shit on their face. Like you came over here, oh, they won't give you time. You don't want to go to prison. For what? For what you mean for what? For saying for what? Get you 10 years. What, y'all racist? Oh, falsely accusing of racism get you 5 years. Akbar is not a racist. He just don't like black people. Like, damn, son, y'all out there with all that white on and shit. That shit, I don't know, man. I see all the people in the background. It's a sea of people. Like, what the fuck is y'all doing? What is they doing, man? What is they doing? They got time to break their time like that? You meeting international people and shit. Nobody got a phone on them. You meet international shit. Now it's everybody on their phone and shit. You go out, go out to Mecca, everybody on their phone. You know what I mean? It used to be you had to sit there and look at everybody in their face, eating some dry ass bread with flies everywhere and shit. But shit, y'all motherfuckers ain't had no guns. That's y'all want to know what it's like to be around where there ain't no guns at all. That's probably what it is. It's a annual don't shoot convention. Be around your brother without getting shot with an AK-47 for like 7 days of Ramadan or whatever it is. They know ain't nobody got a gun and everybody relaxed in the bitch. This motherfucker shoot torpedoes and shit. This motherfucker out there finally he made it to another Ramadan. He made it to another Ramadan. Ain't nobody. I wonder if you gonna see these motherfuckers. They know he was shooting a bazooka. They know he was shooting a bazooka. He out there cleansing his sins from all that. Ain't no, but he can get a nice rest, safe, knowing that man ain't nobody got no guns out here. Nobody got no guns. Nobody got no bazookas. I think that the gods might be looking for a reset button. I'm just saying. It's just it's an inkling. It's an inclination that I get. When you look at these people, this ain't even India. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even China. It's a lot of listen. I think God going to bring a lot of laser burn, and I think he just getting to where he know where everybody at. Because listen, man, that's a lot to laser up. You know what I mean? Like a laser version of Roomba over unwanted populations. Not to say that these people are unwanted population, but I'm just saying it looked like what mass uh, procreation and mass under education look like. When people just be fucking and saying it's okay, we'll live off bread, and just be fucking and just be like, it's cool, we got some goats, we'll survive. And just fucking and having kids left and right. You know what I'm saying? Living off like flatbread and goddamn goat. That shit crazy. Damn, man, they can't wait to pick up one of them damn rifles. I don't see how they even know where each other at. I just see confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like they in China. That's a brown China. Everybody got the Holy Ghost in that bitch. Somebody might be like break out into a little prayer and shit. Hey, damn. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just, it's just funny with Muslims though, man. Like if we ever got into a situation, we just have to know that, there's a lot of religions out there. So Islam is one of many that are just distractions from God. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up distraction. That shit actually racist. They be saying that the Israelites had it and fucked it up, so now they got the ball. Is pretty much how the shit is even start off in the beginning of the Quran. You know what I'm saying? The mob ties. These motherfuckers got mob ties. Damn. Where you at? Oh my God, Ramadan. I'm at the Ramadan right now. I mean the Ramada, my bad. The Ramadan. Meet me at the Ramadan. The motherfuckers will never forget that shit. Love burning these bridges like Tybee. The motherfuckers know me my credit like Cobby. Damn. They said give him $1 billion. Sarah Leone get a bill. Never feel me off the content, bitch. Make them Africans rich, man. We need access to China, man. We need 1 yen, everybody in this bitch. I'm gonna turn my camera on and everything, get all the Chinese plays like, yo. Listen, I knew a Chinese dude one time. We was good friends. I smoked weed with a Chinese boy. Y'all very studious people. What you doing on my hieroglyphs, motherfucker? You don't even know your own history. This white girl with a little bump. She got a little bump on her. Damn, and she working with a little something. You see that? Damn. White girl, Asian girl. She got a titty hanging, so that's a female. Big ass. That's crazy, right? Like it'll make her have it where you can see that she got voluptuousity, and she got a little bump to her. That's wild. Yeah, I mean it's worth the effort. Worth the effort. You know what I'm saying? That's the moon goddess. That's the moon goddess. I don't know what the hell this shit is. I just know that these people was wearing animal heads because they talking about different ages of humanoid before the human being existed. And so the bird was top. The bird and the serpent came together. Shorty drew the Ouroboros. Damn, Shorty got skills, huh? Shorty got skills, man. These Orientals, dog. The Oriental ghosts. What y'all know about the Oriental ghosts? I'm trying to know about the Oriental ghosts. Oriental ghosts. Look, they look just like that dumbass elf the other day. Not with the eye. Look at the black eye and shit. That shit look crazy, son. What's up with the Oriental? Oh, damn. Airbender. His name is Nerminder. Nerminder the Airbender. Nerminder. Airbender. Motherfucking Hindus hate our guts. Real shit. I remember when I met this one chick. Yeah, I made her feel a little bit melanated. That bitch was pissed at me, dog. The next time I talked to her, she put the whiteness to a level 13, 12, 13, 14. I even heard a little fake twang in her voice, like that bitch was from Kentucky. She was never going to cross that ethnic line with me again. I had this bitch out here about to smoke a blunt and everything. The next day, right, that bitch was like, oh, no. She got Becky. She went back to that white husband. It wasn't the next day, but the next time I seen her, she had that white husband. And I done fucked around and told her how to get ethnic. You know what I mean? Like, do you remember your people? Yeah, the blackest people. And India was it was black as shit. You know, Krishna mean black. You know what I mean? I'm the had all. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Then she went back to that white husband. And was like, oh yeah, that's right. The next time I talked to her, hey, yo, the next time I talked to her, she was like, she sounded like Taylor Swift. I was like, go ahead then, bitch. Think you gonna, you know what I mean? The bitch on a raft. She trying to get by. That bitch floating on a raft and shit on a plank. That bitch got a plank. I mean, them bitches that be hanging on to the white man, the Dwight man, right? They be hanging on to Dwight man like that's she on that plank on some Titanic shit. They on that piece of wood, that driftwood. They trying to make it, boy. What? This motherfucker right here. We put three. He should have went for the 4 lines. He could fit that shit. Put the 4th line on there, big bro. You could do it. 4th level shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll slap the shit out of that. Y'all ever slap forehead? I'll slap the shit out of your forehead, boy. That would be my finger marks across the shit. Bomb. Big head ass. Yo, what you gonna do? Fight? What he gonna do? Fight and not calm down and shit? Come on, yeah. That's Pindar, man. He's good. That motherfucker don't want no smoke. Look at them little ass hands he got. The motherfucker ironed his shirt. Lame ass motherfucker. With them damn Rashad Jamal beads. Fuck out of here, Pindar. Oh, Lord. This man done got into his wedding dress. This what the secret societies do, because this what the Haitians and Voodoos and Santeria and Cinco de Mayo and shit. That's what they be doing. Look at that shit. Look at this shit. He got one leg out. He got the LL Cool J. That's Freemasonic symbolism. So look, the Freemasons done copied it from these voodoo priests, man. Because now look, this motherfucker in a dress. And that's why people know Illuminati on that funny shit. They're like, yo, we gotta see you do both sides. You know what I'm saying? You can. I think really what it is, he can only approach the divine as a woman, and so he got to dress up like her to for that ritual and shit. If I'm not mistaken. But less holy things, we have concepts where some people just give off a certain type of gas. Give off a certain type of gas, a certain type of electricity. You know the motherfucking Asians ain't lying. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they be doing, man. They need to do something better. They need to do something better with their time. And they all know that Japan is militarized again. Japan is militarized again. Shout out to the roster. Oh, nah. Shout out to the roster, man. Ethiopia don't play with they cross. Everybody got a little weak ass cross. Ethiopia got that big body, fat back cross, man. Look at that. Nah, ain't no fat backs. Jesus don't fuck with fat bitches like that. Oh, he do? All right. Yeah, Jesus do fuck with fat bitches. Shout out to the big girls. Everybody need love. Right? Shout out to the skinny, bony bitches. Please get off drugs. Nah, but check out the cross, though. That shit nice. If you take that shit to a pawn shop, you're going to get you a good price. Nah, don't pawn that shit. My bad, old man. Get your little staff, dog. Nah, he good guy. He on our team. We fucks with the Ethiopians. That's African, man. Can't nobody take that away. That's African shit. That's before any church you've seen in Europe. That's before any church you've seen anywhere in the world. That symbol was running things. Running things. Look at all that intricate design. Like, people don't, come on, man. You don't just come up with some shit like that over the weekend. That take thousands of years of cultivation, man. And then you get your little slut. She out there trying to suck up dirt. You know what I'm saying? That's they do it today. They do the same shit today. They get them a little slut looking like a boy and shit. That bitch like a big fat neck. She like a fat neck. That herpes covered up well though, I ain't gonna lie. And the inside of her mouth is the same pink as the outside. That's interesting. I wonder if she did that on purpose. Beyonce do like she could swallow that mic. That bitch, they just need, or the future, in the future, they just gonna be jumping on it in the future and shit. At this pace. At this pace, they just gonna be, you know what I mean? Shit. They gonna be getting all type of shit going on the stage. That would be the day, right? Where it'd just be a whole scene on stage. You hear me? Like, damn, how many times she fucked that concert? Man, she fucked like 3 different motherfuckers on that concert I went to, man. That was worth the ticket. Those the best tickets I ever had. Yeah. Just don't have sex until concert night. She only has sex during the concert, so I know that she ain't catch nothing. It'd be like that, like, yeah. Beyonce though, man, I heard her breath stink. I heard her breath stink, and I heard she was a man. She do kind of like a man right here. Like, she could be a transsexual right here. She could be a trans though. I ain't gonna front. So let's go ahead and move away from this bitch with her wearing all white, thick neck ass. Well, there you go, brother. Bring her back. Bring her back, brother. We almost lost her. We almost lost her, bro. Get her. Bring her back. I don't know what that means. The little Asian woman, she's short. She the moon goddess. These little Asian women that was made using craft technology. Craft macaroni. All right. No, like one of Elon's wives. Yeah, we going. Yeah. Okay. No. Nah, hell nah. Nope. I don't know. See, they get along. Nah, we ain't gonna jeopardize her little. Nah, hell yeah. Come on, shorty. You and the nerd bitch. Let's go. Oh, look at little head. Goofy bitch. No, she probably the one that'll be outside of them two. They get in trouble, right? Get in trouble with this bitch. It'll be this bitch I'll get in trouble fucking with you. I got her already. Damn, pull her up. Pull up, little witch. These bitches get around and say, who we gonna get the pussy to? Draw. You know what I mean? Blindfolded and shit. Draw. If it start with the letter R. They're playing who to get a coochie to bingo and shit. Ah, shit. These proud witches, they know a little bit of something about witchcraft. Damn, look at her pearls. Her pearls big as a bitch. Damn, she the top pearly. Miss Pearly. Miss Pearly was a code. Ice Cube ain't, it really is DJ Pooh. He the genius behind them codes. Like if you ask DJ Pooh to tell us all the code symbolism you put in them drinks. What? Look at Miss Pearly. She got the pearls on that. I heard each pearl was one time they cheated on their husband. They be putting in work for Lucifer or whoever the fuck is the dude that they into. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 It's like it's the Becky Karen selection. Becky Karen. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on. Okay, look. This the one that got away. Right? This the bitch that know it. She's the best friend, right? She know that shit true. This your bitch brother. That's your bitch baby brother. That bitch, she sucked all your friends up. You know what I'm saying? She cheated on all her husbands. That's why she. That's wifey. That's her best friend. The bitch ugly as fuck. I mean, that's the people's and shit. Oh man. Yeah. That's the one that got away, goddamn it. Oh shit, man. That bitch came to the wind. Shit. Damn. The bitch know I want to break up with this bitch. God damn. Shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, motherfuckers say they fruits of a tree. Oh, I just say they grew out that bitch. Look, they said they a fruit of the trees, man. Red lip, white face, black hair. That's Michael Jackson. That's what Michael Jackson came out looking just like that out the tree. Ah, it's just easy. Just another day, man. Look over there on top of a damn plant or whatever that is. That could be a world tree. So then the Africans went ahead and told us like, yep, shit real, just like that. And that's the green energy of the earth right there. Yeah, the green light. And that's real. That's tell you that also that melanin and black and green is synonymous. Mm-hmm. But the future one, look, they changed. Oh man, they're like, look, the light skinned motherfuckers was out there. You know what I mean? Like, they really did it to them, didn't they? Like, look, come on, man. Like, damn, you couldn't even make Shorty green. That's crazy. And so they always lied about this person coming out the tree. But hold on, though. Let me go see it. What's that? Let me go. See, you know what I mean? Like, what's that right there? Oh, she is. She's the same one. Right? Same one. And so, by their own science, Egypt is thousands and thousands of years older than anything that's over here with this shit. And so, the people that was the Greek philosophers, that's the foundation of European education, learned everything that they learned from the Egyptians or the Africans. So, I mean, that right there tell you that something ain't right when it comes to what they say it is. They already racist, right? They already racist. But look, to me, it's amazing like how old this is, right? How old this shit is, and then with how how they still use it. Like they still like that's some shit. But what it's talking about is true. And so then this is in South America. And so my question is, why is so much paranormal things go on in the Americas? Like the Americans look like they the most active when it comes to types of what we would call paranormal activities. There's something special about the Americas and the Earth, I'm sure, but I'm just saying it's true that this is an image in the middle that's from that. And you know what? It's from a video clip. And so the people did this was like in like Central America or Brazil, or not Brazil, but it was out there somewhere in like Central America somewhere in the Americas. And so they are there. So is they talking about the Americas? when the Egyptians was saying this, was they saying that these is Americans? Was they saying that the autochthonous ones? That's another word. That's another way of saying America, or the Pangea, the whole Earth, right? Like, because if it's wisdom, like that's Sophia, wisdom, and all this and that. Yeah. And so, yeah, this would be summing up. Royal Law had showed the Gnostics the video of the Gnostics and their beliefs in this. This will be something that will probably be answering to their, be the answer to that, what they call the Sophia, is like this spirit that they summoning out the earth, right? So this is like a means of communication. And I got the rarest pictures, man. You see that? Look, I got the realest ones. Because these show black women in white dresses, which you don't never like. Well, you can't say you never see it, but this is the rare. See, I'm the only. You know what I mean? Look, there's no other source to this. So you see it. That's because that entity is going into that tree, or going behind that tree. All right, and so we already know that based on how a lot of other things be going about. Look, that's it. That's it. What do you think this is? I reject the devil. That's exactly what that is, man. Oh man, I don't know what to say, but it's true. It's true, y'all. Dang. It's on the same page already. Like, of course, how would I not see that? But I just didn't see that. I did not see the tree part about it. This is the rarest parts of it, right? These paranormal pictures, right? And so, man, this how the public mostly know about it. Hmm. Yeah. So these are worms. These are worms, like little caterpillar worms. You know what I'm saying? Like if we go to the internet, right, and we say little little caterpillar worms. Caterpillar. Who the fuck? Who the hell came up with that? It's a caterpillar. Like y'all just messing around. But we're gonna use everything for the benefit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just funny how things came about. I'm trying to look for maybe if I took caterpillar, but I think it was a caterpillar. I just don't see it. maybe a worm, like a little. It was a caterpillar worm though. Let's see. It was like little caterpillars with the big black head and shit. That's pretty much it. That shit look like a mealworm. There's something like that. You see this? You see he got like the black head and the white body. That's what this meatball is about. You know what I'm saying? Let me see, man. Let me see about what we looking up. Mystery. Nephilim. Yeah, all right, no. Wait. Mass Spirit, Spider, Checkerboard, Nephilim, Clown. Hmm. Oh, all right. Mask. 3 eyes, bull, so they worms because they speak in African. See that? And so that's the black man and the white woman, but it's really the black man and the Oriental woman that's white. So it is the black woman and the black man and the white woman. And you know what I mean? She's subject to him. You see that? Submissive. Nowadays, you wouldn't really see Asian women with so-called African Americans. It'd be rare. I ain't saying it don't happen. I'm just saying that, you know what I'm saying? It's different. This is Noble Drew Ali carrying that lady up out the water, man. That's what this is. And so it's just it's an old way of saying that shit, but that's like fucking with the damn dark side. Like, look at that. That's wild, man. Like, they depicted that in the movie and shit and everything, but that hunchback, you see how the back is hunched. That hunchback, it's a hunchback with that dress on, that white on. Look, hunchback, yo, like a little, I don't know, a little creature, a little amphibian reptoid or something, man. Like, I forgot where I seen them on, but This is in South America, if I'm not mistaken. This in South America. Like this from a video, Shorty definitely was walking at the top of this tree yelling. And so the same shit that's going on over there. That means that that's an ancient method, man. That should been going around, been going on. And so the relationship between what we think is Oriental people and the ancestors is really closer than a lot of people think. Because technically that's the first concept. You know, everybody thinking about these androids, a man being put together and shit whole time. Really, the woman is the most intelligent and was the first scientist. You know, you see her from in Black Panther, it's the sister, right? She an intelligent black woman. Really, that's the ish, and that's what you see with this relationship. You see how the intelligent black woman had created a companion, so to speak. So they over there, that must be on some technological issue. I'm not sure when it comes to this picture, but it's scary. You know, it's very much one of those. It's a trick. It's something that will spook people out because it's real. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely real, and I don't mean nobody to feel negative or cursed or anything like that because I'm seeing this type of thing. So this is it flipped upside down. And so when you zoom in, what is going on here? When you zoom in, those are other instances where we've seen these people. Look, I really cleared this up. And that's both versions of this ability that I think is going on. And this is a exclusive. This is like some real personal catalog type shit where it's like, look, these are interesting pair-ups that are monumental in the subject, but the subject is such a rare. It's like, look, this is some paranormal ish right here. Paranormal, they say it is. Just today I heard somebody talking about how they understood never mind. So check it. That face looked similar. I see a face right there with the nose, the cheekbone, the nose, the mouth. I see a face right here. And I'm saying that shit looked like, yo. So they say that's Jesus, man. They say that's Jesus, y'all. That the only way that image could be made is through the light. The light through the whole thing. That's Jesus. That's wild. The light through the cloth, yo. The cloth must have been dark red. Man, God damn. And God bless. Damn, yo, Jesus was really wrapped in some cloth, y'all. And so it looked like a bloody wrap. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the blood. Look at all the blood that was on that piece of paper or that wrap. It had the whole thing covered in blood. Look at that. It had the whole thing covered in blood. And then so through all that blood, this image still appeared burned through on the thing. That's where the miracle at, right? Well, not miracle, but yeah, the miracle. Definitely miracle. You know what I mean? Definitely, you know what I mean? There's a high radiation effect that happened. That's supra natural, supernatural, and supernatural at the same time. Like it's wild because you can see if you look, you can see yo swollen, eyes swollen, yo got cuts and shit, yo got a whole bunch of cuts on the body or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like you got beat. Perhaps maybe his nose broken. You know what I'm saying? A lot of blood up here and shit. So the blood uh at the top is lit the loudest. Anyways, man. So you have this concept behind her, right? Shout out to Jesus though, man. I'm just you have this concept, right? Where this is a Kappa demon right here. And it's a beak that it's a triangular beak, and his eyes is right here. His two black eyes, his boot is both right here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then he got this beak shaped mouth where it's open right down here. And so he got this hole in his head right at the top here, just like a copper demon. And so he's over the shoulder of this woman, or what this robot woman, or whatever it appeared to be. And then they go to projection of Jesus' face. You know what I'm saying? Over the baby. And they go perhaps, you know what I mean? That's blood on the cloth. You know what I mean? So anyways, man, I made this lineup a long time ago. Like he literally is like looking at the baby. You know what I'm saying? Like he had made a baby. He in the shadow realm. And he made a baby through this person or as a medium. Yeah, yeah. So Even so, when they didn't have hands like ours, or they did, and they just drew them like this. Look, they put a thing on top of their head. Oh, oh man. So yeah, I made this lineup a long time ago, man. But look at that. I had just seen a video today where they said that it showed this person saying that he got the chance to be a full reptilian. That's just for education purposes. They was like, yo, they trying to be a freak. But that's that's it's not the right thing to be about. So they say that's the real, and I'm saying that face is over here. And we can see that okay, we can see that it's like a projection right here. That's such a heavy topic. You know, that's such a heavy topic, man. It's like I don't even want, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't even want to do anything that offend the God. You know what I'm saying? I could do better. So I'm not sure if this is still the same thing, but they got a little baby right here, like a little being right here. You can see it. The hair is like blowing in the wind to the right. And they go to eye. They go one eye. It's sitting in like this pouch and it's looking. It's looking at the camera like that movie Passion of the Christ, where the devil was that woman and holding that little midget baby. And so we got to shield up against all of that. So to put that, she kind of do look like I don't know why she smiled like that. Like, I don't know what this is going on, but realms, the static realms, where the light realm and the shadow realm have brought together a medium, and they knew, look, it's like you see his face and you see the blood on the cloth, and then that's how you see his face again. Right? Me bringing it up, it's a real pattern recognition for real, man. And so I don't know, man. We talking about scrying and all this other stuff, and that's really light through a bunch of blood. It's it, you know what I'm saying? Through a bunch of blood, blood soaked cloth. And so they go to Kappa Demon, where they go, this is pointing to his beak face. Like you could barely make it out because he in the shadows. And then right here is where the hole in the head is at, where these Kappa demons is like reptilian humanoids with holes in their head. So these Kappa demons is associated, right? Yeah, that's a Kappa demon, yo. Because there's a Kappa demon that's shaped like yo. Let's go to Kappa demons. That's where I knew it was like it was a movie or something. So we should maybe I'm fooled. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking to look for. So if not, is not something on here show that type? No, no. Dang, so I must have been mistaken. I seen that joint somewhere, I thought. And look, they do look the little Kappa, like they fuck with look, they fuck with you know what I mean? They're like they good with the idea to say, yeah, there's something out there. Like, come on, man, what is y'all thinking? They very imaginative or they're very perceptive or thoughtful. One of those, perhaps, maybe. But maybe we're not gonna see it the way it's shown here. Because I just I wanna say I seen these before, man. I just can't look the vlogs, they kind of got head like them vlog people off that one movie, but let's keep it moving. So here go another pairing, man. The relationship between the people show that there's a connection. They're always talking about uh, look, they're always talking about birds at the top. That look like a bird to me, but look, if it's a person from the future, then I can see that too. And then they got something covering them, right? That's why they wearing all the makeup and stuff. Or the wig and the glasses. Like if it's a monster behind that, and this is a prosthetic bodysuit, and I ain't gonna say monster, they just say if they body, you know what I mean? They got this disguise on because it will throw people off. Check that out. They wasn't really like, they was just like trying to take a picture and go. What's that deal with them though? What's that deal with them though? That's Washita, the dog, the Mounia type flow. Yeah. What's that? Put on some music like what's fact? You know what I'm saying? They detached left side of parasol. I don't know, man. Is that it? Are we done with the scrying bit? I'm trying to go through all these. It seems like we're going backwards. Did I go through them all? Yeah, see? I see. I didn't even go through them all. This okay, we went this far. Damn. But they said, look, the Freemasons summoning demons. The Freemasons summoning demons. Yep, yep, yep. I seen it with my eyes watching the tape of it happening. So I definitely saw video footage of it. And I know it's true. And it's like summoning the summonation. It's like, what you gonna summon or predict with? You gonna predict with the regular low budget joint, or you got the 1,000, or do you got the super summoner of 2,000, and then that one, you know what I'm saying, project a like a genie, but it's just a spirit that you talk to. And I shouldn't. I mean, I don't know. Like I struggle with not, you know what I'm saying, talking about them type of things, but people would get it the wrong way and it was stray away from God. So it's just a matter of I did see this though. I see a video of it, and the person had to take it down, right? Like, or it got took down, whatever, it got taken out. Well, that part of it was just I don't know where I could never find it again. Right, that part of the video, you know what I'm saying, in which you could see this spirit that looked like a cloaked woman swirling around in a circle, in like a slow circle, like she was made out of smoke, and she was just going around in a circle, and all the masons was huddled around that checkerboard floor looking at it. Yeah, I should have clipped that and kept that. That was the most fascinating. All the Freemasons was in a Freemasonic lodge and shit. But all the lights was off in there. Like they had turned the lights off, like they was watching a movie. But it was this projection of this spirit that was like kind of like a like a it was just like a spirit, man. But it was going in like a twirl, like a slow tornado. Right, it was real slow. but it was just like a tornado, like a whirlwind, like a whirlpool where it's like what looks like a woman with a cloak over her head, like at the top of it and shit. And she just kept going around in circles and shit. And they was just standing there watching her. That shit was wild, man. I wish I could see that again and like study it, but that's pretty much what they're doing behind the scenes. So I ain't going cloud chase what the fuck they doing. Fuck, forget them. You know what I mean? F them, man. Yeah, so these people is connected at the feet on the other side, and this is a very supernatural picture, man. It's a very paranormal picture, man. So yeah, though, things I might show is for educational purposes. So they might be a little out there, but you know what I'm saying? But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is he talking about? What is Joe talking about, man? That's a good picture. I mean, they need to find God, but see, they need to come under the law and realize that that's what started all this. So it ain't no such thing as something that's outside of the law of God that is part of these crafts. Like these concepts originate with the original laws. So the concept of saying that they outside as Wicca is just them saying they want an identity dealing with craft that ain't got nothing to do with learning from black people. And so I understand if some people do sympathize or empathize with that because people do want their own identity and go through things where they want their own space and they do owe their own rights as free people. So look, man, it's really should be no beef. What else should we do this evening? Uh, I ain't even worried about it, man. I ain't even worried about it. I ain't even. Let's just continue with the build. This is a random. random concept that we stumbled upon because of a few words at the beginning of this video. Yeah. So this is a how to increase your portfolio on subject matters such as these. It is what it is, man. Shit. Beat up, bing, 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 bing. Look at Shorty. She got that same shit going on. They saying they moan people. They moan. Come on, who you trying? Like, you can't tell me that it. You know what I mean? It's just people need to stop trying to convince others that it wasn't original, and that it took, and you know what I mean. Acknowledge it took thousands or however much time to get you your own, get you another image or whatever, get you an image. But that's all. These are false images. The symbolism is the same. And where the symbolism from? Melanated people. So it's like that racism that's saying that it's not that is a part of the world system where they claiming humanity and civilization, but they're not being honest. You know what I'm saying? You got people like Trump and Elon Musk and all these people dodging these damn Epstein files. Like Bill Gates said something about it. They got Sierra boyfriend or husband, I think. Pusha T, Pharrell Williams, Jay-Z. Epstein, and then they gonna have they got like a so fair use, fair use, fair use. That was just for educational purposes and entertainment purposes. I don't endorse any company or any brand or political party or anything like that. Not no business or nothing. We're not highlighting nothing but those pattern recognitions in this particular setup, man. And so shout out to the real, man. You'll see it. Yeah. Any questions? All right, man. I thought I had any questions button, but cool.